Good morning and welcome to labor law. This morning we look at the sources of labor law, the reasons why employees join trade unions, the general provisions for or are found in the OSHA or Occupational Safety and Health Act, the role of NITA in the nation of Kenya and functions of a trade union, not forgetting the rights of a trade union. So briefly, let's look at the sources of labor law. The first one is the Work Injury Benefits Act. This is an act or law that defines how the employee will be paid or how the employee will be compensated by the employer in case of an injury at the place of work. The second one is a collective bargaining agreement, which is an agreement written and signed by both parties in regard to the guidelines that will define their relationship in the working station or the factory. The third one is the Retirement Benefits Act. This talks about how a person will be compensated after the age of retirement. The next one is the Factories and Other Places of Work Act. Factories and Other Places of Work Act will be defining what happens in the factory and other places of work. Then the last one is the Occupational Safety and Health Act. This act defines how the employer and how the employee will behave and how their conduct shall be in terms of the safety and health of both of them, both the employer and the employee. Next, we move to the reasons why employees may want to join trade unions. Reasons why employees may want to join trade unions, and the first one is a sense of belonging. I would define this as the feeling of being part of a larger group. When your friends have joined a trade union, there is a sense of belonging that is a human need. Therefore, the employees may want to join trade unions because their friends have joined a trade union. The next one is representation. This representation is seen as the main reason why employees join trade union. In disciplinary cases or disciplinary hearings, the employees tend to feel that they need someone to speak on their behalf. This is representation. The third role or the reason why employees join trade unions is to have a better bargaining power. That is now in negotiations for pay. We also have the better working conditions, including safety and the working environment. Next one, why people join trade unions is a better pay. People believe that when you are a member of a trade union, the trade union will fight for your rights and you'll be able to get a better pay. The last one, why people want to join trade unions is because of security of tenure, and also the security or protection from mistreatment and alienation from the other group that could be caused by discrimination based on age, gender, religion, race, etc. etc. Now, the next part is the general provisions found in the OSHA or Occupational Safety and Health Act. General provisions in the OSHA Act, that is, the general provisions found in the Occupational Safety and Health Act. The first one is cleanliness. It states that the factory shall be clean. The employer shall provide means and ways of cleaning the factory or the place of work all the time. Then has the ventilation, or this now requires the flow of fresh air into the places of work. It should be well ventilated. The next one is the drainage. We shall not allow water stagnating in the place of work. And then we also require we also require the employer to provide adequate means of draining water that is in the working area. The next one is the washing equipment. This requires the employer to provide sanitary areas or bathrooms and provide enough and adequate water for the cleaning of the equipments and also the washing of the employees. The employees are required to take bath after work before they leave work. The next item is lighting. It states that the employer should provide enough adequate lighting and provide maintenance for the same. The next provision is reporting of incidences. In case of an accident, the employer is required to report that incidents. And the next is the recording and keeping records of incidences at the place of work. When you record, when you keep a record of the first aid activities that are carried out on the employees in cases of injuries, then you also required to keep that record at your place of work. Now, the next one is the role of NITA. The role of NITA includes training, collection of training levy from the persons who are being trained, right? And the application of that training levy, collection of training levy and its application. The next one is the accreditation of training institutions. NITA accredits training institutions. They allow, they license, they give power to train to the training institution. Next one is licensing of trainers. Licensing of trainers includes the licenses given to the training institutions and also the trainers. So the trainer can be defined as a person who is doing the training or a training institution where technical education is being offered. The next one is provision of information of industrial labor needs. NITA has data regarding to industrial labor needs, what the industry needs, what the industry requires, and that's why they are mandated to train based on the needs. Therefore, they can be able to provide information on industrial labor needs. And finally, the NITA has the job or the function of advising the government on matters of labor. The next question is, what are the functions of a trade union? One, representation of employees. All right, they represent the employees. A trade union represents employees in negotiation and in disciplinary proceedings. Next one is the negotiation. They negotiate for better pay and better working conditions. In decision making, the trade union representative or the staff that are members of the trade union, the office of the trade union is representing the employees in operational decision making. The decisions that affect the employees are made in conjunction with the management. So the trade union plays a role in decision making. And lastly, they offer training to the employees. The last one will be the rights of a trade union. They are very easy. The rights of a trade union. The first one is the right to own property. Two, the right to sue and be sued. Right? It's a legal entity. Once the trade union is registered, the impact would be it will be able to own property. It has a right to sue and be sued. Sorry, it has a right to collect membership fee, the right to recruit members, the right to call for industrial action, that's a strike, the right to be heard in the decisions affecting its members. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.